Rooster Teeth, do not claim this video because it is not yours. Yeah, thank you for claiming it the first 3 times, though. Bye. Alright, so as promised, I promised to record the Volume 7 trailer of RWBY, and I just found out it was on their animation page, or animation channel. There we go, Rooster Teeth Animations. I do want to point out that I kind of have some issues with it, but honestly, it's better than the previous trailers, which there's only one trailer I really like, and it was the Volume 3 yellow trailer. So, yeah. All of them are, I guess, good, but overall, it's just like, you kind of expect more from a trailer. I mean, the show itself, I love RWBY. Always have, always will. Also, sorry if my voice goes in and out. It's still a bit iffy. But we'll hope that it gets better all the way soon. Anyways, but overall, like, the show has always been better than the trailers, and it's kind of it's how it's supposed to be, but the amount of difference that you get is kind of, it's not good to be that big of a difference, because the trailers were supposed to get people into the show. Now, once again, I don't have any problems with it. Trailers are not really the show itself, so not a big deal. But personally, I don't really find the trailers as entertaining. Obviously. But before I start, I want to point out that Rooster Teeth has officially gone and basically posted all of the original volumes of RWBY on their animations channel, this one right here. So please go check them out if you haven't seen all of RWBY yet. It is free, it's on YouTube now, so yeah. I've seen everything because I had a Rooster Teeth First membership a while back, and to be honest, I can't afford it anymore. That's just kind of a simple fact. I could barely afford my rent, so, you know. But the whole thing here is that they finally uploaded it onto YouTube, which is a good thing, because originally it was only on their official website. You could see it a week beforehand, before everyone else, if you had a Rooster Teeth First membership. If you didn't, you had to wait a week, and then it would be out. Originally, it used to be out every, basically, as soon as it was out for everyone, like the week after the Rooster Teeth First memberships got to see it, it would be out on YouTube. But I think that was like Volume 2 or Volume 3. I don't remember. It was way back in the day. So in other words, it's been a while since a video of an actual episode has been on YouTube. So, that was something that was kind of disappointing for me. And I have to admit right now, it was the same thing for Red versus Blue. They did the same thing with that. And I hope that they do that with Red versus Blue as well. Because the reason why I think they did this, and I might be wrong, this is just my best estimate, is because their website isn't doing too well after all the backlash. I'm not going to go into what that is. Today is not really about that, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But it's a good it's a good business move to actually put it all on YouTube, because YouTube is a app that's already on people's phone. In order to go to their website, you actually have to go to their website on mobile. Like, most people have a phone nowadays that they watch videos on. So if people are going to have YouTube already installed onto their phone the moment they buy a phone, because it's on every phone once you get it, it would be easiest because it's right there. So people would easily be able to access it there, and it's just, YouTube's more popular, okay? That's just a general fact. There's way more people on YouTube than there are on the Rooster Teeth website. Because, I mean, Rooster Teeth is kind of a thing that not everyone in the world kind of looks at. Mostly it's America and a little bit of Japan, I heard. There's a few other countries that really care about RWBY, but overall, it's not really that, YouTube is big all around the world. That's the best way to phrase it. So we're going to watch the trailer now, and I do have to point out right now, Crow does do a voice in it, and I'll explain about that when we get there. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be, but of course, it's not the same. But we'll see. Anyways, let's get into it.
Many have described these as uncertain times.
Oh, let me turn it up a bit. Sorry.
I'm trying to do what I think is best, but I really can't tell if what's best is what's right.
This isn't right. This whole city, it just seems awful.
So, what do we do?
Well, we didn't come this far to fail now.
Until now, I believed it was impossible to truly turn the tide against Salem. We find ourselves in a position of needing a new approach. She will keep returning stronger and stronger unless we destroy her.
Tell us how we can help.
I was honestly expecting things to go a lot rougher.
Thank you so much for checking out.
Okay, we'll finish this in a second, but for anyone who doesn't know, that's today. Today is the 2nd. Today is November 2nd. And of course, that means I'm recording this probably a few hours before it comes out, which is kind of a bad thing. But I need to point out that there were a few things I didn't like about it. I mean, that's just kind of every trailer kind of has its negatives and its positives. Overall, I really liked the trailer. It was really good. But there was a few things I didn't like. Specifically the beginning of it, because it was just kind of a recap, and honestly, for trailers, you really shouldn't have to recap what happened. And to be honest, that wasn't a very good recap. Like, it just showed that they defeated a giant Leviathan-class Grim and then, left for, well, God, what's it called? Not Vale. Shoot, it's been so long since I've seen Ruby. Oh, crap. It was last volume. That's about a year ago now. Well, actually, it's more, but like 8 months. But whatever. You guys get the point. You really, if you're gonna do a recap at the beginning of a trailer, you really should explain more than just the last episode, because the last episode didn't encompass what had happened. Like, there was way more that happened, and even then, what you explained really wasn't the most important part. I guess moving into the new season, it would make sense to just show that last episode, but then just don't do it at all. Because at that point, if you're just going to explain how they got there, but not the steps of how they got there, you know what I mean? It's basically all they showed was the transportation. That's literally it. It just because it doesn't make sense to me. Now, that's not exactly a bad thing. Like, it's just my own little tiny, like, it kind of annoys me because it's kind of like the first part of the trailer, and that should be the part that people are sort of invested in, and they're like, okay, this is something I want to stay for. Yes, it's only a minute long video, but you kind of want them to stay the whole thing. But I do need to point out that Crow's voice, I don't know. It's hard for me to talk about it because Vic is no longer voicing it, and it does sound different. It's not as, like, gravelly and, like, deep like my voice can be. Like, I can make my voice really deep. This one is kind of more lighthearted, and I don't like that for Crow. I really don't. If anything, they should have gotten a bit deeper of a voice actor. Because Crow is one of those characters who is very dark, and he's very depressed, and he's a drunk, for crying out loud. He's a drunk man who's just, he's kind of like one of those kind of characters, where they shouldn't have a lighthearted mood to things. Now, I appreciate that they did that a bit in Volume 6, but at the same time, his voice never truly was happy. Like, this sounded more happy than anything in Volume 6. That's just a fact. In Volume 6, his voice sounded maybe happy, but it wasn't as lighthearted as this one. That's what I'm trying to say. If you listen to that voice line, it's questionable. Now, yes, it sounds very similar, but to me, it's a big difference. And that's just because I don't like change, especially in a series that has been going on for so long. Crow has been in it since Volume 3, and that was, like, how many years ago? This is Volume 7. It's been technically, this is the 5th volume, because he was at the beginning of Volume 3. So it was 3, 4, 5, 6, and now 7. So it's just annoying to me, because you can't really do that and make it the same. Now, once again, I'm not going to go into details on what happened with that. It's not something I really want to go into details with, but it's a difference that I don't really like. And for anyone who doesn't know, in Darker Than Black, which is an anime that a lot of people like, I have only seen a few episodes because Hirohei, a YouTuber who I watch a lot of, because he informs people of the news and all that, the voice actor for Crow now is the guy who voiced Hey from Darker Than Black. The problem is it's a character, or it's a voice actor who voices characters that really aren't the same as Crow. They're on the same level, but they aren't the same. And I'm not going to go into details, but basically the voices are just different. And for me, like I said, it's just a big deal. It just is. Yes, I'm still going to have to deal with it, but it's not really something that I'm going to have to be happy about. As I'm pretty sure no one will be happy about, to be honest. I don't even think the people on Reddit are going to really appreciate that. And we all know how those Redditors get. No, but seriously, there are a lot of changes. I mean, the outfits for the new characters are pretty epic. Like, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Okay, let's just right here somewhere. I'm gonna assume. I don't even know. I'll find it eventually. The outfits are completely different, and I really like that. Yang is pretty similar of an outfit. There we go. Like, look at those outfits. Yang's outfit is pretty similar. Yes, it has a different type of outfit, but it is like more like a mechanic now, and I like that. Yang, Yang. Is that, did I just say Yang? Yeah, Yang is more of a mechanic. What am I talking about? Ruby is more, I mean, she's pretty much the same. I do like how they changed a bit of her outfit. I think she now has gloves that are different. I don't know. It's hard to tell. That was weird. I looked at her thumbnail. You can actually see the nail on her thumb. That's creepy. If you look really closely, there's a line there and it draws out her thumb. I think her outfit is mostly the same, but like Weiss and Blake, ooh, big differences. Blake has short hair, for crying out loud. I actually like that on Blake. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's a different hairstyle. Like look at it. It actually reminds me more of her mom now, and that's something that's kind of scary because a lot of people actually think Callie is best girl. Callie Belladonna is not best girl. Shut up, people. I mean, technically she is, but shut up. And then Weiss. Like look at Weiss. I'll tell you guys right now. I never really liked Weiss's outfits. This one I actually like. That's actually a really good improvement to her outfit, in my opinion. She has not only the belts that Ruby kind of has, like the random belt. I think actually everyone has that weird belt now. Well, Yang doesn't. Yeah, Yang really doesn't. But that's interesting. I don't know why Blake and Weiss have that now. That's weird. Well, either way, I like the new outfits. I really do. And then this is one thing that I wish would happen. So much I wish it would happen, or I wish it would have happened. I want Blake to get a cooler weapon. I'm sorry, it's not exactly that cool. Yes, the abilities it can do, like the freaking tripping people up, and the, you know. Grimsever isn't, or is it Grimsever? What is it called? I think it's Grimsever, isn't it? Maybe not. I know Yangs are the Ember Celicas and Ruby is the Crescent Rose. Ember Celica, by the way, that's something that I used in my cosplay. That's the only reason why I know that. Anyways, I don't know why. To be honest, I don't really know why she kept the same weapon design. It's kind of a weird thing for me. I mean, it could be symbolism, but you have to admit, it's just kind of, it could be improved upon. All the weapons technically could be, except for Ruby's. Actually, I don't think Ruby's can be. Because if you guys don't know, a scythe in combat is like one of the most difficult things to wield. And I know because I used to actually practice with a practice scythe, which is not something I'm good at, but I can at least defend myself with a scythe. No, I'm not saying I'm going to. It's so annoying to wield. Its weight distribution is impossible to actually get a hang of. But it's something that I really like. And I'll have to admit right now, I didn't realize until recently how interesting the different weapons are. Because in Team Ruby itself, it has 4 different weapons with different uses. For example, Ruby's weapon is meant for hard slashes and long-range shots. Weiss is meant for close-range dust attacks and also, well, quick jabs. That's what a rapier is for. Yang is just for close-range beat-em-ups. Like, that's literally her thing. And then Blake is just kind of like for, you know, fast strikes because of the mobility that she can get with it. But I do think it's interesting how each of them has like a different skill set, and their weapons actually pretty much really good with them. Like Yang is the brute, of course. Blake is the one who kind of used to running away, which is hopefully going to change. We never know. But Weiss is that one with the elegance and quick strikes, and gotta move fast and be on have the right form and all that. And then we have Ruby, who's just kind of like all over the place. She has the close range scythe, which is just like for quick slashes, or not even quick slashes, just heavy slashes, and sniper rifle for sniping. It's a really cool combination of characters because it matches them really well. And of course, Yang's is the most accurate to her because she's literally the brute of the group. So, but it's just interesting to me, and I never realized that until now, to be honest. Anyways, that was the trailer. Like I said, I have a few problems with it. It's kind of weird to me. I don't like how they introduced what's his name? Ironwood. Like he looks really weird now, and I don't like that. Of course, that's not really based off the trailer. That's not really the trailer's fault. That's just kind of what the show is going to be like. He doesn't look the same because now he has a beard, and it's like he's going to become Crow someday. That's basically what I'm thinking, is he's going to become the drunk old man who's just depressed. And that's something I don't want to think of, because Ironwood is one of my favorite characters. For anyone who doesn't know, in Volume 3, he was a fucking badass. God, he's half cyborg for crying out loud. Well, he's half machine, I should say, for crying out loud. Like, those are always some of the coolest characters. Like, have you guys not seen The Terminator? Like, he's one of the coolest characters in existence. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger played him, so obviously he's gonna be a badass. No, but seriously, like, I didn't like that. He doesn't feel the same. He doesn't feel like the protecting character he has been the whole time. He just seems like he's kind of like a cornered old man, basically, is the vibe I got. Which, like I said, it probably isn't the trailer's fault. That's probably how he's gonna be after everything that's going on in Ruby. Like, that's probably how it's actually gonna be in the show, but not a huge fan of it. We'll see. Like I said, it comes out later today, so yeah, I'm gonna be sure to watch that as soon as that's out. I don't even know if I can technically because I don't have a Rooster Teeth First membership anymore, but we will see. If anything, I'll probably find it on a pirated website. I'm not gonna support pirated websites that much, but hate to tell you, I can find them for free on there, and I don't know if it'll be out today, but there has been in the past. I know that Volume 6 had Ruby out the day of it coming out for Rooster Teeth First memberships. So I'm not going to say which websites, obviously, because I don't want people to go look it up. But you can if you want. I can't stop you. And everyone knows that they're out there, so not really like I can hide that. So yeah, but I really do want people to support Rooster Teeth. I don't want people to support their negative actions. Of course, they fucked up. Like, that's the best way to phrase it. Like, they just fucked up. But still support their products. Like Ruby, I still love Ruby. No, I'm not really a fan of some of the people who are characters in it. Like, I don't like people who voice some of these characters. But I still support the show. Like, I really love the show. And for crying out loud, Montiel spent so much time working on this. And that man is literally my hero. So, yeah. So, please go support the actual Ruby. Please don't find it on a pirated website. If you have to wait a week, wait a week. And I don't even know if it's going to be out on the website. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't been on their website in a while. I really don't need to be. There's nothing really on there except for Ruby and Red vs. Blue that I've ever actually watched on there. So, yeah. I'm going to end this video here. Thanks to everyone for watching. And like I said, I'm going to be watching Ruby later today. So, yay. Hopefully. We'll see. But, yeah. Enjoy, everyone.